like I said, you heard Alex Cora call him Dice Cream the other day. He'd eat an ice cream cone every day. Like I don't think they have those in Japan.
Dice cream?
You know, like because we had like a, like the Dairy Queen. Yeah, oh dude.
Oh, yeah.
A Dice K was up there every day getting himself like the double XL cone. Like you
Yes.
you get like small than me. Then all of a sudden you get up there, you're like, that's gonna fall, bro. He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm about to crush this thing, 3 of them.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, Chancey. I like the countdown. Like, remember, I lost the countdown the other day with for whatever reason, and I didn't know what to do.
I know. You're very like it's like the whole like build up and then the boom and we're ready to go. We are not coming in hot though, dude. It is 13 degrees on Long Island. What's the weather there?
It was 8. 8 in Pittsburgh this morning. And by the way, you're like, you got to be somewhere. I had to pick my daughter, Jillian. I was taking her to school today. And, at about 7:35, I was picking her up at 7:40, 7:35, I realized, oh, my God, it's 8 out. That means my car has been outside. I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, so I'm out there, Chinch, and I'm just like, and I go out there in a T-shirt at first. I'm like, all right, what are you doing? But I didn't care. I'm just like, got to get it off. So you get the snow, and then the ice is hitting your hands, and you're like, oh my God, is that cold? So like, you get the whole car going. You get the defrost in the front and back. You're blasting it on high. Got it on 88 degrees. Then I look over at Sarah's car. I'm like, I gotta be a good husband, and so I'm like, shoveling her car. I get her cars. Before I know it, it's 7:40. Got Jillian texting, hey, where are you? I'm like, I'm coming.
Yeah.
Gotta get the car. Getting the ice off all the windows.
The worst, you just get one piece of ice like on a pinky and you're like, it's coming off. This thing's falling off today. It's like, and you're cold the rest of the day. Your hands are cold.
So funny. Dude, I remember when in 1995 I had to go to the Indian, it was 1996, January 96, the Indians top 10 prospect program in Cleveland. I think Mark Sparrow was the first one to do it. It was such a good program. He said nowadays they got the guys come in for 3 days. Dude, we were there for like a month.
Is that the program where they made Fat Manny when Manny was fat?
Oh, no. That's Fernando's program at spring training.
Okay.
But Fernando did run the program we were at. So like, dude, we worked so hard, bro. It wasn't even, and we got Bill Belichick was with the Browns at the time. So we went over to the Browns facility, had him talk to us about leadership.
Cool.
Hargrove, Mike Fratello, who was the one basketball coach?
The czar of the telecast, they call him.
Bro, he was there. Yeah, he was there. Like all these guys talked to us. It was invaluable. But one of the greatest things about that time that I remember was Danny Graves, who obviously friend of the show, one of my good buddies. It was the first time I think he'd ever seen snow, bro. So he's in Cleveland in January, dude. I'll never forget.
Vietnam, right? He's from Vietnam.
Yeah, no. His mom's from Vietnam. He grew up in Florida. He grew up in South Florida. But yeah, all hot weather places.
Yeah.
So dude, we're up there. I'll never forget it. We come out to our cars. Our cars were outside, and it snowed so bad the day we worked out that day. Then we come out at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and there's Gravy. I mean, he's got like the biggest jacket on. He's got everything you could get. He must have figured out how to do it. All these hats and bro, I'm like, I'm grinding. I'm growing up in Pittsburgh, and I'm just getting the ice off. I got and I look over at Gravy. He looks at me. We don't really know each other at this time, He looks at me. I look at him. All he's doing is standing next to his car. He's standing next to it. I'm like, you need help, bro, don't you? He goes, yeah, what do I do? I go, all right, hang on. I go over with I'm like, you got to do this, bro. And I'm, getting his stuff off, and he takes off. But I remember thinking, oh, my God, dude, you forget that people aren't grow up in snow and 4 seasons and stuff,
Totally. It's hysterical.
So funny, dude. So funny.
Yeah. Well, a lot of warm weather guys are going to find themselves in cold weather baseball teams because today is basically International Signing Day. It's the first day of it, which is pretty interesting. We were talking about it before. There's pool money. There's everything like this. A lot of mid-market and smaller market teams, they really, really need to focus on hitting here because they can get great players and not have to, they're not paying $675 for a starting right fielder. You need to do really well in this market. And we were talking about it before. You think it's great for the globalization of baseball,
Yeah.
and all of that.
Well, I don't know all the rules here, Chinch, but I do know there is an international signing pool money where a lot of teams like the Pirates and the Reds and some of the Cleveland, the smaller market teams, Milwaukee, Tampa, they have the same chance to get these guys as the Dodgers and the Yankees and all those teams. So that's a good thing, and that's a great thing. And I think too when you look at teams like that, you want to hit on international guys. You want to make sure you're hitting the draft. It's so important. This is where your scouts come into play, going to see these guys. A lot of guys from Dominican, Venezuela, Cuba, looks like Bahamas. They're giving us the top 50 prospects in this international draft.
Right.
But a lot of guys, from the Latin America, no doubt about it. Roki Sasaki, obviously from Japan, is the number one guy, and it's a little different with those guys because they have to be posted because they have a pro league.
They have a pro league.
They have to be posted. That's why also with the Korean players, they have to be posted. So it's a little different with those guys. But I think the one thing I love though, Chinch, is if you're really paying attention, I really believe baseball's getting more international. The Bhutan is one of the smallest countries. It's one of the most remote countries, and it turns out they love baseball. The first pro player born in Siberia was drafted last summer. And don't forget this: the last draft, the number one pick overall was Travis Bazana from Australia.
Right.
Legitimately from Australia. Went to college here, I believe, at Oregon State, but he's from Australia. So when you start to see that, man, you start, wow, there's an interest in baseball internationally. And I think that's Rob Manfred really wants that. He wants it to be more of an international game. I think that's why they open up. They've opened up in different countries to kind of spread the word. Now they're out in London, where obviously soccer's the biggest thing there. But I think it's a great thing.
Soccer's the biggest thing there, but you go do the London series there. Maybe a 12-year-old kid who could wind up being a professional soccer player. Maybe he chooses baseball instead. That's how they grow it, man. Look, NBA did it, overseas and things like that. And NBA is almost more international than it is homegrown at this point. So
no, it's true.
It has to be done. It's good for everybody. And, there's great athletes all over the world. Just because you're in America doesn't mean you're a better athlete.
That's what I mean. And also, too, they found a couple kids from India, recently with strong, guys are throwing 98, 99. Just because you're from a different country doesn't mean you don't have a cannon of an arm.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to go find the people. Like, hey, dude, here's the baseball. Let's see how far you can throw this. Okay, we're going to follow you. You know what I mean?
Exactly right. Yeah. Now, back to the big, the big chip out there. It's very narrowed down. You want an ace, it's only 3 teams are in on it. You got the Dodgers, you got the Padres, and you got the Blue Jays for Sasaki. We were talking before. I kind of just, as a general baseball fan, taking all the rooting interest out of it, but rooting for baseball, I'm rooting for him to go to the Blue Jays for a number of reasons. One, I like when the Blue Jays are good. I just like it, but first of all, the Dodgers, it's just overkill. I mean, everybody will lose their minds if he goes to the Dodgers, which is likely, by the way. Ken Rosenthal's saying he's probably, yeah. Rosenthal, I've seen 2 guys so far come out in the last day or so. Rosenthal says Dodgers. Morosi says Padres. Nobody has said Blue Jays yet, but I would back those guys as having a really good chance. And I hope they get him because, Saturday afternoon baseball, even if the team's not that good, look at what the Pirates did last year. When you have Paul Skeens on a mound, they are the number 1 draw in baseball. I want that guy going to a team that really needs him more than the Dodgers, to be honest.
Yeah.
No offense, Dodgers fans. But
No, but that's the biggest thing, man. You would like to see, obviously, the parity with some of the best players in the game. And the Dodgers right now, I mean, they've kind of overtaken everybody. They used to be the Yankees back in the day. Now it's really the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers want somebody. There's no amount of money they won't spend. And I think a big thing is they got a huge TV contract. They have the money to do it, and they're winning, and they're L.A. and all that stuff. So, I think I'd have to think Ohtani being there is a big piece, though. I would have to think he has a lot of clout, dude. He's one of the greatest players in Japan, in Japanese history, now over here in the States doing what he's doing. They said the second meeting with Sasaki, a lot of players were there. I'm sure Ohtani is in his ear saying, I'll be your best friend. We can go to dinners together. We can do everything together. And you'll be playing for the Dodgers, who are going to continue to put out some of the best players. You're going to win year in and year out. So I think that's probably a huge selling point. But as far as Toronto goes, man, it's such a great organization. They're talking about international. You know, they're international. Like I said, as far as the country goes, they are the team of Canada. So that's a huge thing too. I'm sure he could make a ton of money also in Japan and the country of Canada on the side. So that, you know, you could make a lot of money doing that too. But I would love to see him in the AL East going against the Yankees, going against the Red Sox, you know, going against the Orioles, the Rays. It's such a great thing, and you know, to see that star power, a guy like Sasaki with the Blue Jays would be. I agree with you, man.
Yeah, and for the franchises, like these international guys, who'd you play? You played with Daisuke, right?
Oh yeah, Daisuke. Yeah.
What is it like?
Used to call, like I said, you heard Alex Cora call him Dice Cream the other day. He'd eat an ice cream cone every day. Like I don't think they have those in Japan.
Dice cream?
You know, like because we had like a, you know, like the Dairy Queen. Yeah, oh dude.
Oh, yeah.
A Dice K was up there every day getting himself like the double XL cone. Like, you know, like, yes. You know, you get like small, then all of a sudden you get it up there, you're like, that's going to fall, bro. He's like, it doesn't matter. I'm about to crush this thing, 3 of them.
He was a big eater, huh? Didn't he? He took you to like restaurants and stuff?
Oh, no, dude, it was his best friend's restaurant in Japan, dude. They shut the restaurant down, and it was the greatest piece of meat. Honestly, I think it was a Matsuzaka filet. Like, it was called Matsuzaka beef.
Okay.
It was a $50,000. Not kidding. 50 for just us. The guys slicing it. Chefs are there. It was incredible, dude. It was an incredible night. It was like me, Mikey Lowell, Alex Cora. Who else was there? Who's the pitching? Kyle Schneider.
Okay.
And Veritek, bunch of guys. But it was, dude, it was Dice K's buddy. So, Dice, eat as much ice cream as you want. As long as you keep sending us to those restaurants or your friends, you can do whatever you want, dude. I'll buy you an ice cream machine.
That's okay. One question, like you mentioned, that it is interesting that like a lot of the Dodgers players are going to show up to greet them for the second meeting here. Right. Have you ever been recruited? Like by the Reds or the Pirates at any time, like, hey, can you give this guy a call?
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
let him
dude.
out.
Oh, yeah. I remember, I called Matt Clement when Matt Clement signed with the Cubs. They're like, hey, so I called him, a Pittsburgh guy. He was like, Case, I got to go. The Cubs were like, all right, do what you got to do. I wasn't convincing enough. I also called Eric Milton. Remember Eric Milton, lefty?
Yes,
he signed like a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Reds. So I called him and had a good conversation with him. I called Kent Merker one time, I believe. Nice. Yeah, dude, I was out there. I was like, "Who do you need me to call?" I was calling the Reds, saying, "Who do you need me to call?" I'm gonna lock these guys down.
That's so great. All right,
I got my Jim Casey salesman skills. My dad, I used to love my dad. He started Casey Chemical back when I was a sophomore in high school, and it was in our house, right? Yeah. And we've had trucks pull up with chemicals. Like, is this Casey Chemical? Like, you went to the wrong place. This is 20. You know, this is our home. We had 18-wheeler come up. Seriously, a couple times, 18-wheeler showed up at our house. Like, we need to drop these chemicals off. Like, it says we're Suite 101, but we're really just a small house, you know, in Upper St. Clair. But I used to love my dad. My dad was the master, man, the master salesman. He'd be like, I just would hear him waking up on like a Friday morning in the summer. He'd be like, hey, Bill, what's going on? Jim Casey, how's it going? And they would go, and then he'd be like, Steve, what's up, Big Steve? Jim Casey, how's everything going? Casey Chemical. I'm like, Johnny, baby, what's going on? Jim Casey, Chemical. And I would come down like, Dad, how long have you been working with these guys? We have a great relationship. He's like, just met them. Don't know these guys at all.
He's like, it's like Callahan Auto Parts for the Caseys, right?
I swear to God, Callahan Auto Parts was Casey Chemical. My dad would finagle his way through the secretary. He'd be like, hey, how you doing, Gail? Hey, it's Jim Casey Chemical. Is Bill, Bill, give me Bill on. Yeah, I'll put you through. Bill would be like, hello? He'd be like, Bill, what's going on, big man? It's Jim Casey here. How we feel, cuz? Hey, listen, we got some sulfur in this shampoo, Per Plus. We'll send it to you.
So good. I get to see it. Like,
so that's how all those years I hear Jim Casey. That's what's Eric Mill. What's up, dude? Hey, listen, you got to come to the Reds, bro. It's the greatest organization out there. You know, Ken Merker. Let's go, baby. Here we go. Here I'm now.
Hum now. I love it. You've been hanging out with Millar. You just did a hum now. Hum now.
Yeah, you get around Millar. He's humming now and all the time. Jeez, that was a great dude. If you haven't seen that episode yesterday, that's a great one.
Please
You
go
got
watch. It's so funny. It's so funny.
watch that.
You guys are the best. All right, you got a little breakthrough pro. You're heading over to Kent State today.
Yeah. We got Kent State 4:30 today. JD and I. It's been a great, man. Those guys are what a great bunch of kids, and we've really enjoyed it. So yeah, we're locking in. We got accountability week this week, dude. Who doesn't need a little accountability in their life? You know what I'm saying?
Damn, we all
Big
do.
time.
All right.
So hey,
Let's get
speaking of that, though, speaking of accountability, don't forget.
Yeah, the baseball. We got it. Yeah, let's get to 4,000 subscribers,
I don't
folks. On
think-
YouTube.
Chinch, you got to put a post out or something because this is going to the 4,000 subscriber. We're 90 people away.
Yeah,
90
we're
people.
getting.
We'll send this right to your home. Can you see this, Chinch?
Zoom in a little. There it is. Look,
There it
it's
is.
signed.
There it is. Look at that right there. Look at that. That's incredible.
sure.
What a
Amazing.
signature. What a
That's
signature.
a real baseball. Baseballs are expensive now, folks.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like
this is a $30. This is the $30 baseball with my signature. It makes it $32.
$32.95. We'll all right, bro. So yeah, go folks. Go subscribe. Tell your families.
Subscribe to YouTube. We'll get you guys one of these balls right here.
Nice.
Not
All right.
everybody. The 4,000 subscribers. We'll get everybody to subscribe.
We can't afford that.
Oh, God, I can't afford that. I have to turn the lights off.
Nice.
All right, Chichi. Love you, brother.
Love you too,
All right,
man.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We really appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.